Man, is there anybody who can finally put an end to the never-ending feud between 50 Cent and Rick Ross? At this point, these two are like Tom and Jerry. It feels like every single year for the past 15 or 20 years, they found another reason to take shots at each other. Whenever one of them ends up in the headlines for the wrong reasons, you can almost guarantee the other won't miss the opportunity to jump in and add fuel to the fire. Just last week, after 50 Cent mocked Rick Ross over his latest album's reported sales, Ross wasted no time firing back. Following the news that 50 Cent's Reebok G-Unit sneakers are set to return, Rick Ross took to social media with a few jokes of his own. Ross joked that the shoes belonged at Costco, claimed Lloyd Banks sneakers were better, and then tagged 50 directly with another jab. He wrote, "Yo, 50, shoot the shoe commercial at your film studio in Shreveport. Wait, you forgot to build it?" That comment immediately caught people's attention because it referenced the ongoing conversations surrounding 50 Cent's planned film and television studio project in Shreveport, Louisiana. If you haven't been following that story or aren't familiar with the latest developments involving the Shreveport studio, don't worry, I've got everything you need to know. Let's get into it.
The concerns are growing after music and business mogul Curtis 50 Cent Jackson took to Instagram on Monday night saying that he's pulling back from work in Shreveport. KSLA's Peyton Manuel has an update on what it could mean for the city.
Curtis 50 Cent Jackson took to Instagram Monday night, writing, quote, "There are people in Shreveport that just don't want things to get better. I only make deals that make sense. I'm going to have to pull back on the Red River. Peace." The post quickly sparked questions about whether Jackson is reconsidering some of his plans in the city.
I didn't really have much of a reaction. That's his expression, I guess, of some element of frustration.
I sat down with Shreveport Mayor Tom Arsenault, who says residents shouldn't assume Jackson is leaving the city.
Is 50 done with Shreveport?
Oh, I don't think so. He has at least 3 public projects that he's working on that he's received state funds for, or is to be reimbursed state funds for, and I don't see him abandoning those.
The mayor also $1 million property investments in Shreveport, making it unlikely he would walk away entirely. Suggests he may be reevaluating his plans for the Red River District.
Now, when it comes to his latest album, Rick Ross doesn't seem bothered by all the criticism. After the first week numbers came in, reports indicated the project moved around 19,000 units in its opening week. While many people have labeled that a disappointing debut compared to Ross's earlier releases, it's also worth noting that album sales across the industry look very different in 2026 than they did a decade ago. Ross addressed the conversation himself, making it clear that he isn't focused solely on opening week numbers. According to him, the bigger picture matters more than a fast start. He told fans, "Yeah, the first week numbers weren't what people expected, but I'm playing the long game." Here's exactly what he had to say.
In the long game with my album, Set in Stone, out now. We pulled the streaming report for Set in Stone first 2 weeks. With 63.5 million streams, that equates to approximately 42.5K albums sold, which does not include the physical products. That's equivalent to Ricky Rose selling 22,000 the first week and 20 the second week, which is no fall off. It's a long game we playing here, guys.
"50 Cent wasn't buying any of Rick Ross's explanation. Early this morning, 50 jumped back on social media after seeing reports about Ross's latest album performance. He shared an article highlighting that the project had reached one of the lowest chart debuts of Ross's career, then added his own caption. According to 50, "I'm sorry, it's over. You can't fake it forever." But he didn't stop there. A short time later, 50 posted another clip that allegedly showed footage from one of Rick Ross's recent concerts in Detroit. The video appeared to show a sparsely attended venue, and 50 used it to continue trolling Ross, suggesting the low turnout matched the criticism surrounding the album's reported first-week performance. As expected, the post quickly got fans debating online, with supporters on both sides arguing over whether 50 was simply trolling or making a legitimate point. At first, I honestly thought to myself, this has to be 50 Cent's doing. If there's anyone willing to troll Rick Ross at every opportunity, it's 50. We've seen the lengths he'll go to in past feuds, so it wouldn't have been surprising. But then I got curious. I started thinking about the timeline. That concert reportedly took place about 2 weeks earlier, around July 18. If Rick Ross had really performed in front of an almost empty venue, it probably would have been all over social media and hip-hop blogs long before now. Someone definitely would have been talking about it. So I looked into it a little further. What I found was that the clip circulating online was misleading. It appears to have originated from a clickbait social media post, and it did not accurately represent the actual event. After tracking down footage from the concert itself, the crowd looked substantially larger, with Rick Ross even bringing out Cash Doll during the show. Based on the available videos, the venue appeared to be well attended, with some fans even claiming it was sold out. Whether 50 Cent knew the original clip was misleading is anyone's guess. Either way, it didn't stop him from using it to continue trolling Ross. In his caption, 50 joked, "God damn, I never seen it this bad before. What you gonna do? Focus on the wings." As expected, the post quickly spread online and gave fans another chapter in the long-running back and forth between the two rap veterans.
A story yesterday, 22,000 the first week, 20 the second week. Those drastic fall-offs, guys, that you see with a lot of those other artists is when the numbers are inflated. The bots. To me, the new flex is no bots. Keep it genuine, keep it pure. Let the music fight any battles. You understand? Come on now. This the biggest boss. I'm letting niggas know. Do the long game, baby. That's how we hustling. That's how we winning. We here 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? Those G-Unit sneakers gonna be in Costco, baby. I like the Lloyd Banks ones better than all the other ones. Them other niggas ain't even got no sneakers. But 50, give Lloyd Banks his own high top sneaker. And since the Shreveport shit ain't happening no more, you know what I'm saying? You can focus on the sneakers. And for example, if those numbers not inflated, why can't these same people with all these followers sell other products outside of the music? Why their sneakers can't sell? Why their alcohol can't sell? Why this can't sell? Nigga, if you genuinely gotten a gazillion people that could do this with your music the first week, why everything else you do outside of music is unsuccessful? Now, the new flex is no bots. When you the boat, nigga, that's what Ricky Rose is. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Look, I don't have a dog in this fight. As a fan watching from the outside, it's honestly entertaining to see two longtime rivals keep this feud alive after all these years. What's funny is that both 50 Cent and Rick Ross have built successful careers outside of music. They're multi-millionaires with businesses, investments, and plenty of responsibilities, yet they still find time to jump on social media and take shots at each other whenever the opportunity presents itself. If I were Rick Ross, I'd probably keep promoting the album regardless of the criticism. Whether the opening week lived up to expectations or not, the project can still gain momentum over time. Plenty of albums have had slow starts before finding a larger audience through streaming, word of mouth, and continued promotion. A few months from now, those first week numbers may not be the main thing people remember. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you make of the latest chapter in the never-ending feud between 50 Cent and Rick Ross? At this point, it feels like we're on part 251, and somehow these two still find new ways to keep the rivalry going. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.